There is a myth going around saying that you would be an expert at anything if you practice 10,000 hours of this thing. And as it turns out, I have reached 10,000 hours in CSGO. So the question remains, am I an expert in CSGO? Well, before we go into that, a word from today's sponsor. Today's video is sponsored by Asus ROG. Finally, and I say finally because the last time I worked with them, that happened. Hopefully this time I won't become a meme. With the CES 2021 around the corner, ROG is about to announce a ton of innovative products. Now, COVID being COVID, the event will take place in the form of a live stream on January the 12th, 7 PM CET. The viewers who show up will have a chance to win a new 2021 Streak Series laptop as well as Games Planet vouchers to redeem on the latest games. But also, ROG is launching a free-to-play immersive game called ROG Citadel, allowing you to look at the products such as the Streak Series in-game. The downloads will open on Steam on January the 12th, right after the CES livestream. All the links to the streams are in the description, of course, so don't miss it. So, 10,000 hours. With my recent videos, you might be thinking I am flexing that in a way of saying I'm a good player, but the truth is, even after all that time, I am far from being good. The more you play and the more you realize how much there is left to learn, improve, adapt, and even then, inconsistency kicks in. And that's something you will face in every CSGO matches, whether you're a pro or a silver 2, so let's talk about inconsistency. It's hard to admit, but at the same time it's only logical. I am inconsistent, you are inconsistent, Zaiwu is an alien, and that's how it is. Sometimes your move will work 100% and sometimes you'll be doing the same stuff but it won't work, and that's just part of the game. You have to accept it. On my scale, sometimes I will be very confident, I will be taking risks that I wouldn't be taking otherwise, leading to a lot of opportunities to have more frags. And in the opposite scenario, sometimes I will be lacking any kind of confidence. Got wrecked during the pistol round, failed a shot on the second, you will find me crying behind the boxes on the bomb site during the next round. This is something I am realizing lately. At least for me, this is coming from a lack of tilt resilience. My mood impacts my playstyle a lot more than I want to admit it. I know that I can hit those shots, so missing them will make me mad at myself for not being a robot. Which, if you think about it, is kinda dumb. By thinking like this, I am setting up unachievable goals. I am no different than any other, so why would I, the mighty Jeff with my 600,000 subscribers, be able to hit all my shots? This is a bias I fall into easily, comparing the best of myself to my average and thinking that my best should be my average. But no, I have highs, I have lows, and somewhere in between lies my average, and it's only beneficial to yourself to realize this. We are not robots. There's many factors outside of your control that will define how well you do in a CSGO game. It is how it is, you just have to accept it. Number 2, posture check. Well, I guess this one is a bit more personal, and if you want to skip it, here's a timer of where you should go. Now, posture check. I have been saying that since I've been back, and I was back because I was gone for 5 months. Now, why was I gone? Well, I have spent 6, 7, 8 hours a day for the last, I don't know, 10 years, sitting in a gaming chair with a terrible posture. Couple that with a lack of exercise and your back muscles become weak, and this will cause you trouble. From back pain to scoliosis, or like me, a herniated disc, having a bad posture is up to no good anyway, so stop sitting like a chimp and start sitting like a champ. So this once, let's take the time. What does that mean? Looking into my demographics, I see most of you are between 18 and 24 years old, so you might want to listen to this. In today's age, we are bound to spend a lot more time in front of the PC. Whether we are gaming or working or with the COVID and the lockdown, I can only imagine that tendency will keep increasing. So let me tell you right away, you're thinking into investing 300 euros into a lovely gaming chair. Nah. Don't do it. Gaming chairs are trash. They look good and they might make you feel like a gamer, but in terms of back support, it's a disaster. And there's a reason they all need to add a cushion in the back, which by the way will never fully support the curve of your back, but just a portion. This is just a terrible design. And you know why we call those racing chairs? Because they were meant to be used by car racers who typically sit lower with the legs elevated. Now, for us gamers or even office workers, sitting in those 8 hours a day, it's a disaster. Get yourself any office chair above the 100 euro mark and you will be better off than any of those gaming chairs. Keep in mind, the point is to stay healthy over time. The human body is resilient and you could be sitting like a chimp chimp for weeks without having any issues. But if you sit like a chimp your whole life, then you will have problems eventually. Now, because after all this is still a CSGO video, I will cut to the chase, so here's a few crucial points you have to respect so you are sitting right. Number 1, stop slouching. Slouching consists of bending forward, arching your back in the process to get closer to your monitor. You will do it naturally, especially if playing CS, and as you can see, the red spots are strain you are causing to your body. So to avoid that, there's an easy thing to do. Sit correctly at the back of your chair, shoulders and head straight, and now you will draw a line from the middle of your nose to your monitor. That line should arrive in between the middle and the top of your monitor. If not, adjust your monitor higher. This will help to prevent you from slouching. Number 2, sitting position. Well, of course, to begin with, don't sit on your leg, you know, it's not here for that. And you're looking for something like this. Notice how the curve of the back is supported by the chair. There's no strain on the legs and the feet either. Try sitting like this, and if it feels weird, get something to rest your feet on, and you should feel better. Number 3, for every hour you have spent sitting, stand up at least 30 seconds, so you can stretch a little bit and move around. Practically speaking, after every CSGO game, stand up while you are in queue, stretch, move a little bit, and you're good to go. Now, there's a lot more to it, but as it turns out this is a CSGO video, I will stop it here. However, I have created a Steam group called Poster Check, and I insist on you joining it so we can start spreading the movement. Pledge your allegiance to a good poster today by joining the Steam group and proudly displaying it in your games. For every frag you make, everyone will see your name and your Steam group, thus will be reminded of their poster. So let's help the gaming community to sit like champs and not like chimps by joining the Steam group, which I will put, in the description as always. So, wait, what was this video about again? Oh yeah, CSGO! Number 3, flashes. I see everyone naturally agreed on saying that you have to learn lineups for smokes, which is great. Now, why don't you learn lineups for the flashes as well? Because in reality, it is just as important, and I can show you that with just one example, banana T-side. Very common scenario, I am behind a wall, I know a city is holding it, and I need a flash to peek, so I'm gonna ask a teammate. Now, in 99% of the cases, I will have someone randomly throwing a flash above the wall and Bismillah Sartek hoping for the best. Well, of course, that flash might sometime work, but it's very poorly optimized and worst of all, random, plus there's a good chance the city will have enough time to dodge it. But if that same T knows the lineup for the flash, like this one for example, this is how it looks like for the CT. He's got no chance to dodge it, will be fully flashed regardless of where he is, and that makes a huge difference. Don't forget, you can be the best player of the world, you can have 10,000 hours, if you're flashed, you're flashed. So keep in mind, flash lineups are just as important as smoke lineups. Number 4, wiggle, 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 and for this one we'll be looking at a clip. Here I am playing on Mirage. The first frag is a 2-body shot with the deagle, which is ridiculous, but whatever. The next one is a mix of luck, aim, timing and movement. Aim, because I'm aiming at the right spot. Movement, because I'm counter-strafing at the exact right timing, so that when I shoot, I am standing still. Timing, because I am coordinating those together at the right time. And luck, let's not forget it, because the deagle has an inaccuracy range for long distances. So at such a range, even if you do everything perfectly, you still have around 50% chances to miss it. Then I'll be getting myself an AVP from the first guy I killed, and this happens. I'm holding the peak, not the cross, the guy drives by in his Ferrari, so of course that shot is a miss. But then I'm gonna repick, and that's what I want to show you. Huh? Huh? You can hear I am confused, so let's watch that again, slow motion. Huh? So what is this? 64 tick? Hit reg? Broken game? A conspiracy? I won the election by a lot? Well, let's watch it frame by frame. This is the last frame before I shoot. I am aiming at the right spot, but do you notice something? This is where the story unfolds. I shot too early. Just a little bit, it's probably just a matter of milliseconds, but my accuracy wasn't ready yet. You can tell by how thin the lines of my scope are. To compare, this is what they looked like earlier in the round when I'm crouching. So that is accurate, that isn't. That is accurate, that isn't. That is accurate, that is just bullshit. And again, I have missed that timing by just a ridiculous amount of milliseconds, but still, I missed. It's not the server, not the game, it's me. The point I'm trying to show here is how important your movements and timings are. Very often in my games I see someone aiming at the right spot, but when they begin to shoot, their movements don't match. Aiming is just a part of the equation that is how to shoot in CSGO, and your movements are just as important. Now, to be fair, there are times where CSGO is gonna go nope, like this one for example. Here's the frame where I took the shot, and that was 0 hits. But well, honestly, those are very rare. Number 5, your settings will impact your visibility. Let's look at 2 clips. On this one, I'm gonna pick jungle, and a nade will explode right in front of the city, at the perfect timing of course, making him effectively invisible for me, but he can see me well. Number 2, we'll be playing slow-mo. Where is this guy? I can't see anything. But if I go slowly all the way, we can see he was close to the Molotov. So this is something I have started to experiment myself, as you can see there. While I've been saying for ages this is a really dumb thing and it shouldn't be part of CSGO, it is part of CSGO. So for this video I have run some tests. To your left is me, I play with low settings, and to your right is Hamza with everything maxed out. Both our footage is recorded with shadow play to make sure we have the exact thing that is showing on the monitor. And please keep in mind we used an orange map in order to isolate the problem, leading to a better visibility. On a real map it would be a lot more visual than it is now. So the results were variable. We started by staying at the same distance from the Molotov. He has black smoke, I don't, 1 point for me. Then I stay close, he goes mid-range, 1 more point for me. Now again I stay close, he goes long range, and that one is a massive win for low settings. So when I'm close, I see better. Now we have to switch. I am mid-range, he is close, and I can't see. He can see pretty well. That is 1 point for high settings. And then long range was the same, so that is 1 more point for him. So it seems like the placement is more important than the settings themselves. But when we are both at the exact same range, then my low settings help me more than his. So I guess low settings are maybe better. This is not an exact science. But then we wanted to try the smokes. Smokes fadings are a pain in the... I never understand those, yet I always get killed. So for this test, we are staying at the same distance from the smoke. Let's see who sees the other first. Me. I have something like half a second before him. It's not huge, but that makes a difference. We've run the same test multiple times and it was the same result. I see him a little bit before he sees me. I am mid-range, he stays close, and again, I see him a little bit before he gets to see me. And then it was more of the same. So from this experiment, my takeaway is that low settings seems to be better. At best, I see him before, at worst, we see each other at the same time. So in your games, there's a solid chance you'll be getting yourself some frags if you play by those rules. Stay as close as possible from the Molotovs and use low settings. You'll probably get those easy frags every now and then. So in conclusion, I've played 10k hours, I'm still a big noob, there's so much left to learn, and I will take you on this journey with me. Of course, Happy New Year to everyone, and don't forget to subscribe so that I have a happy year as well. I've got some cool plans for 2021 content-wise, and I'm really eager to see it happen. Thank you for watching, as always, poster check, and I will see you in the next video.